Afternoon search for some 16 persons trapped underneath the collapsed mining pit in Pristia and Suta 4 days ago has been brought to an end. They've been declared dead and a memorial service has been held for them. It now paves way for bulldozers to then completely collapse that troubled pit. And we can go live now to the scene of the disaster, where we understand there's heavy security right now. Best FM's Kojo Fletcher is also there. Hello, Kojo.
Hello, Gibson.
Kojo, let's start from the point where those trapped under the collapsed pit were declared dead. How did that happen? How sure are they that those people are indeed dead?
Well, the sense coming from the underground, suggested that none of them could survive till this time, since Sunday evening when the incident happened. Yesterday evening, the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources also issued an ultimatum that by 6 p.m. tonight, and if by 6 p.m. tonight, if none of the rest of the bodies trapped in have been removed, then you order for the closure of the pit. This morning we got here and we found out that the rescuers, especially the guarantors who go in there, have said that it's not possible for them to retrieve the rest. So immediately, the minister had to call a meeting between him, the elders of the community, and the families who believe that their relatives have been trapped in there, to tell them and ask them that this is the situation and that now they can see that none of them will survive. So a memorial service was held for them, and the place has now been ordered for closure.
Action of the relatives of these persons who've been waiting, for the past 4 days in the hope that they'll find them alive. What have they been doing?
Well, after the meeting, they have all accepted that the job or the operation that the rescuers were doing as a daunting task, and that you've seen it's not going to be possible, because you see the issue right here is that it's been raining also since yesterday, and as I'm speaking to you now, it's still raining. They could have gone there. Any little same mistake that the rescuers may have done would have also caused their death inside. So the minister and the elders thought it wise to suspend the operation.
But that, the question I was I'm asking actually is how the family members have taken the news. They must be distraught.
Yeah, but you see, they were sad. They felt that they could have seen their relatives, so that at least a defeating barrier could be done for them. But here's the case that none of them were retrieved. So after the minister had told them that was the issue, they accepted it. They were sad. You could see some tearing up, but it has already come, so nothing that they could do about it.
Well, so they accept their fate. But then we know that there's heavy security present at the accident scene right now. Why has that become necessary?
Yes, the place is now under police and the military also here making sure that the place will be closed down. We hear that the machines or the earth-moving machines that will be used on their way coming here, and all the machines that the Galanciers were using is under military security control. They are removing them, and later they'll be sent to the police station. So there's heavy security here, making sure that all these things will be done for the place to be filled up.
What is happening right now?
Right now, I'm standing in the middle of where the incident happened. The sheds that were built here are all being destroyed, and that the Galanciers are also parking their things away, apart from the machines that the police has taken over. They're also parking their materials, their sheds away. They had shelters or mini houses here that they slept inside overnight and even wet. So if you could hear some voice and noise at the background, they are parking their stuff out under security control. So let's say by a few minutes or few hours time before 6, this place will be filled up. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fletcher. He's been reporting for us since this story broke, and we say very thank you for your time here on that story. It's a very sad story indeed there in Prestia in Suta. 16 persons now confirmed dead. Well, Lands and Natural Resources Minister John Peter Amewu has rejected criticisms that government has slowed down in the fight to end illegal mining following the collapse of that illegal mine that left 17 people trapped in Prestia and now 16 dead. Some minority members of parliament have been questioning the efforts of government, with others suggesting that the minister may have to step aside. But speaking to Raymond Akwa on Upfront on Joy News, the minister insisted the fight has so far yielded results, with many miners abandoning site.
The activity of the illicit miners, or to clamp down their activity, is not necessarily just the field work. As I'm showing this report, this report have to take us months to sit down and prepare. And so as much as the field activities is very key, we've been seeing a lot of things happening. You, Raymond, been talking about this, even though the minister has not visited site.
Yes.
Ken Ashibe has been all over. Just 3 days ago, he was in Ashanti region having a stakeholder engagement with people. You know, Bernard and co had always been talking about it, and so the media awareness is of course ongoing.
Okay.
Maybe why people think that there have been some level of, you know, reduction in activities because maybe they haven't seen a minister arresting a Chinese or Russian on site. So I mean that is not the issue. It's not the.
It's not what. You know, yes, I get the point.
Those fanfares are sometimes interested, but then that is not. We must also do behind the scene work, like I have shown you, and this is exactly what we are doing.
Okay, so is it dawning on you that you cannot continue being on the field consistently?
No, it doesn't dawn on me at all. We can do that. I can do that. You can equally do that.
But so you sacked mining officers. Who are those replacing them?
Well, now there is no small-scale mining going on.
Yeah, so there is no need for supervision.
There is no need for supervision, of course.
But maybe you say it's not happening, but some believe it is happening on the grounds.
Yeah, even then, because what those people tells me is that it's not their responsibility to supervise an illegality.
I see.
Those 9 officers that are fired, because it's not their responsibility to supervise an illegality. So even if they are there, they don't go to stop them because they are not there to supervise an illegal mining activity.
But there are plans to recruit more people?
Yes, of course, we have plans to recruit. We've just been granted some approval from the Finance Ministry. We are expanding on the number of mining districts. We are creating, I think, about 5 additional mining districts.
That makes it 14.
Yes, but you know what happened, Raymond? In one mining district, you can have about 4 political districts.
Yes.
Okay, which of course would have, you know, means that you need to do more work, maybe. But then
which actually means that you need more people than 14.
So what we're doing again is that apart from the mining district, we're coming out where we have the satellite district. So if you have a mining district, in those political districts, we're going to have DEX offices in those, you know.
How soon is this going to happen?
As soon as possible. My executive, the chief executive of the Mineral Commission has just left my office. We sending the, you know, the request for transfer of funds from the ministry. And so that's going to go, ongoing process of engagement, you know, already is in place. So.
Well, the minister also revealed that government will by close of week deploy an anti-golems task force expected to man mining areas for the next 12 months.
That is why we are going to publish the names and let Ghanaians understand that these sites have an MOU with some level of support from the ministry for the military to protect, you know, their mine. If outside and beyond this number of concessions that we're going to mention, some are found out to be, you know, doing the same thing, then those may not be the legal acceptable ones. So yes, of course, that's why we are coming out with this list. I'm sure by tomorrow it should be up there in the public domain so that people will know that if you take Gold First, if you take Asanko Gold, if you take, you know, other mining companies and their military, the protections, of course, have been
They are doing legal duty on the grounds.
Yeah.
How about those that you said were going to reinforce the ban? Those who are there to ensure the sanity, those people who are there to ensure that people don't sneak in the night to go and do illegal galamsey.
You're talking about the military?
Yes, I'm talking about the military.
Yeah, even if the person have to be there to make sure that they don't do illegality, their presence must be, must be approved.
I'm saying that you talked early on in April that you're going to send out a security team, which would make sure that people don't return to these mines.
These are the people I'm talking about. That they will be deployed maybe today or tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, government has made some.
Do we know the exact number?
It's quite extensive. It's a huge number, and these guys are going to stay for 1 year. They're going to stay in the field.
Are the district chief executives aware of their coming?
Yesterday I had an engagement with the district chief executive. You know, they are having their training section at the Ministry of Local Government.
How long will they stay there?
They're going to stay not less than 1 year.
Okay, so with the presumption that in 1 year's time, they wouldn't be talking about illegal mining anywhere.
Remember, it depends on what you and I have been able to do. This job, it's a collective job. That's why I think that you guys are doing extremely well. It's what we have to do to help our mother Ghana.
Okay.
I mean,
don't you love that smile? Refreshing to see him once again, especially now that we're looking at another sad incident of Galamsey. That's watching The Pulse with me, Gifty and Doppy. I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be right back. Please stay.